Welcome to Laws of Indices Level 3. Pause the video now, try the 4 problems on the screen, and I'll go through them with you shortly. You'll find more practice at this level, plus links to the higher levels, as well as other topics, at the end of this video and on the channel homepage. In problem 1, we're evaluating 16 to the power of a half. This means we need to find its value. Now, since we have a fractional power, we're going to use this law, which tells us that the numerator of the fraction is our power and the denominator is the root. So this means that we can rewrite 16 to the power of a half as 16 with a power of 1 and a root of 2. Now the square root of 16 is 4, and we still have our power of 1 here, but 4 to the power of 1 is just 4, and that's the answer to problem 1. In problem 2, we're told that the cube root of x squared is equal to x to the power of n, and we need to find the value of n. To do this, we're going to use this law, which tells us that n must be a fraction. This law also tells us that the original numerator on the fraction must be the power of x, which is 2, and the original denominator of the fraction must be the root of x, which is 3. So putting this all together, we can write that the cube root of x squared is equal to x to the power of 2 over 3. Since this is equal to x to the n, we can now compare the two and say that n must be equal to 2/3. And that's our final answer. In problem 3, we're evaluating 2 over 5 raised to the power of minus 3. Evaluating this means that we need to find the value of it. To start with, since we have a negative power, we're going to use this law, which tells us that we can rewrite 2 over 5 to the power of minus 3 as 5 over 2 to the power of 3. Now we can also rewrite 5 over 2 as 5 to the power of 1 over 2 to the power of 1. And it's useful to do this because we can see that in order to simplify this further, we're raising powers to powers. To do this, we're going to use this law, which tells us that when we raise a power to a power, we multiply the two powers together. So applying that here, we're going to do 1 times 3 on our numerator, which gives us 3. So the numerator becomes 5 to the power of 3. And on our denominator, we're going to do something similar. 1 times 3, which is 3, and it becomes 2 to the power of 3. Simplifying this further, 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125, and 2 to the power of 3, 2 times 2 times 2, is 8. So our final answer is 125 over 8. In problem 4, we're evaluating 8 to the power of a third multiplied by 8 to the power of a third, and this means that we need to find the value of it. To start with, since we're multiplying indices together, we're going to use this law, which tells us that when we multiply indices, we add their powers. So 8 to the power of a third multiplied by 8 to the power of a third becomes 8 to the power of a third plus a third. And 1/3 plus 1/3 is equal to 2/3. So we have 8 to the power of 2/3. Now that we've simplified these indices, we still need to evaluate them. And since this power is a fraction, we're going to use this law, which tells us that the numerator of the fraction is the power and the denominator of the fraction is the root. And this means that we can rewrite 8 to the power of 2/3 as 8 to the power of 2 and the cube root of that. Now the cube root of 8 is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So this becomes 2 to the power of 2, and 2 to the power of 2 is 4. And that's our final answer to problem 4.